Hare Krishna,
हरे
everyone.
हरे
हरे कृष्णा माता जी।
हरे कृष्ण
Hare
माता
Krishna,
जी, प्रणाम।
हरे कृष्ण
Krishna,
प्रणाम माता जी।
हरे कृष्ण माता जी प्रणाम।
Tender Pranam, Krishna, Tender Pranam. Let's start. Okay. We'll have a quick class because I need to leave. Geeta Nagri. We'll start. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवते सेवया भगवती उत्तमा श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 6th canto, 5th chapter, verse number 4 to 5. So you all will read the next verse, and maybe 4 or 5 of you, please, because the verse is long. And I will read this verse and puppet. There is no verse and translation. There is no puppet to it. Tad upas upasparshanad eva vinidhuta malasayah dharme paramahansaye cha प्रोत्पन्नामतयो अपीयुता ते पीरे तप एवुग्रं पितृदेशेन यन्त्रितः प्रजा विवर्धया यतान् देवर्षिस्तान् ददर्शः. Translation by His Divine Grace Prabhupada ki Jai. In that holy place, the Haryashvas began regularly touching the lake's water and bathing in them. Gradually becoming very much purified, they became inclined towards the activities of Paramahansas. Nevertheless, because their father had ordered them to increase the population, they performed severe austerities to fulfill his desires. One day, when the great sage Narad saw those boys performing such fine austerities to increase the population, Narad approached them. Verse number 6 to 8. Uvacha chatha harashyavya katham saksha yatha vai rajaha adrishtavantam bhuvo yuyam balisha batpala palakaha तथैका पुरुषं राष्ट्रं बिलं चादृष्ट निर्गणं बहुरूपं स्त्रियं चापि पुमांसं पुंश्चलीपतिं नडिम् उभयतो वाहं पञ्चाद्भुतं गृहं क्वचित् धंसं चित्रकथं क्षौरापव्यं स्वयं बृहामि. Okay, Madhumai Krishna Kanta Mataji, go ahead.
हरे कृष्ण माता जी प्रणाम माता जी। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। उवाच चात हर्यश्वाः कथं स्रक्ष्यत वै प्रजाः अदृष्टान्तं भुवो यूयं बालिशा बत पालकाः ततैकपुरुषं राष्ट्रं बिलं च दृष्टनिर्गमम् बहुरूपां स्त्रियं चापि पुमांसं पुंश्चलीपतिम् नदीम् उभयतो वाहां पञ्चाद्भुतं गृहम् क्वचिद्धंसं चित्रकथं क्षौरपव्यं स्वयं भ्रमी. हरे कृष्ण. थैंक यू माता जी.
Shubha Prabhu Ji, Hare Krishna. Shubha Prabhu Ji, Hare Krishna. Where did you go?
हरे कृष्ण माता जी, हरे कृष्ण माता जी, दंडवत प्रणाम.
Pranam. You got muted again. Unmute yourself, please.
उवाच चात हर्यस्वाः कथं स्रक्ष्यथ वै प्रजाः अदृष्ट्वान्तं भुवो यूयं बालिशापतपालकाः तथैकपुरुषं राष्ट्रं बिलं चादृष्टनिर्गमं बहुरूपां स्त्रियं चापि पुमांसं पुंशलीपतिम् नदीमुभयतो वाहां पञ्चाद्भुतं गृहं क्वचिद्धंसं चित्रकथं क्षौरपव्यं स्वयं भ्रमी। हरे कृष्ण माता।
Thank you. Venkat Narasimha Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी। उवाच चाध हर्यस्यां कथं स्रक्ष्यध वै प्रजः अदृष्टन्त्वं भुवो यूयं बालिसा बतपालक तदैकपुरुषं राष्ट्रं बिलं चादृष्टनिर्गमं बहुरूपां स्त्रियं दासी चापि पुंसां पुंसलीपतिं नदीमुभयतो वाहं पञ्चाद्भुतं गृहं क्वचिद्धं स्वं चित्रकथं क्षौरपव्यं स्वयंभ्रमिः। हरे कृष्ण माताजी।
Thank you, Hare Krishna. Okay, I'm going to actually go ahead and start with the translations and synonyms. Please excuse me because it's a big verse. Uvacha, he said. Cha, also. Atha, does. Haryashvaha, O Haryashva, son of Prajapati Daksha. Katham, why? Sakshayataha, you will regret. Why indeed? Praja, progeny. Adrishtva, having not seen. Antam, the end. Bhuva, of this earth. Yuyam, all of you. Balishaha, inexperienced. But alas. Palakaha, although ruling princess. Tatha, so also. Eka, one. Purusham, man. Rashtram, kingdom. Bilam, the whole. Cha, also. Adrishta nirgamam, from which there is no coming out. Bahurupam, taking many forms. Sriyam, the woman. Cha, also. Api, evam. Pumamsam, the man. Pumshali, patim, the husband of a prostitute. Nadim, a river. Ubhayataha, in both ways. Vaham, which flows. Panchapancha, the 5 multiplied by 5, 25. Adbhutam, a wonder. Griham, the house. Kvachit, somewhere. Hamsam, a swan. Chitrakatham, whose story is wonderful. Kshaurapavyam, made of sharp razors and thunderbolts. Swayam, itself. Brahmi, revolving. Translation by His Divine Grace Prabhupada Ki Jai. The great sage Narad said, my dear Haryashvas, you have not seen the extremities of the earth. There is a kingdom where only one man lives, and where there is a hole from which, having entered, no one emerges. A woman there is also extremely unchaste, adorns herself with various attractive dresses, and the man who lives there is her husband. In that kingdom there is a river flowing in both directions, a wonderful home made of 25 materials, a swan that vibrates various sounds, and an automatically revolving object made of sharp razors and thunderbolts. You have not seen all this, and therefore you are inexperienced boys without advanced knowledge. How then will you create progeny? Purport by His Divine Keshav Prabhupada Ki Jai. Narad Muni saw that the boys known as the Haryashvas were already purified because of living in that holy place and were practically ready for liberation. Why then should they be encouraged to become entangled in family life, which is so dark that once having entered it, one cannot leave it? Through this analogy, Narad Muni asked them to consider why they should follow their father's order to be entangled in family life. Indirectly, he asked them to find within the cores of their hearts the situation of the Supersoul, Lord Vishnu. For then they would truly be experienced. In other words, one who is too involved in his material environment and does not look within the core of his heart is increasingly entangled in the illusory energy. Narad Muni's purpose was to get the sons of Prajapati Daksha to divert their attention towards spiritual realization instead of involving themselves in the ordinary but complicated affairs of propagation. Ordinary but complicated affairs. The same advice was given by Prahlad Maharaj to his father. Bhagavatam 7, Canto 5th, Chapter 5th verse. Tat sadhu manne asura varya dehinam sada samudvigna dhiyam asadgrihad हित्वा आत्मपातं गृह अन्धकूपं वनं गतो यद्धरिम् आश्रयता. In the dark well of family life, one is always full of anxiety because of having accepted a temporary body. If one wants to free himself from this anxiety, one should immediately leave family life and take shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in Vrindavan. Narad Muni advised the Haryashvas not to enter household life. Since they were already advanced in spiritual knowledge, why should they be entangled in that way? ओम ज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः. श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा गदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकम्. हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्त राधा कान्त नमस्ते. तप्त कांचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुस्ते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिव सादि गौर भक्त वृंदा. हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. नमामि विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी नामने. नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे. In that holy place, the Haryashvas began regularly touching the lake's water and bathing in them. Gradually becoming very much purified, they become inclined towards the activities of Paramhansas. Nevertheless, because their father had ordered them to increase the population, they performed severe austerities to fulfill his desires. One day, when the great sage Narad saw those boys performing such fine austerities to increase the population, Narad approached them. The great sage Narad said, "My dear Haryashvas, you have not seen the extremities of the earth. There is a kingdom where only one man lives, and where there is a hole from which, having entered, no one emerges. A woman there is who is extremely unchaste, adorned herself with various attractive dresses, and the man who lives there is her husband. In that kingdom there is a river flowing in both directions, a wonderful home made of 25 materials, a swan that vibrates various sounds, and an automatically revolving object made of sharp razors and thunderbolts. You have not seen all this, and therefore you are inexperienced boys without advanced knowledge. How then will you create progeny?" We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 6th canto, which is called as the prescribed duties of the mankind. Chapter number 5, which is called as what? The
प्रजापति.
what, Mataji?
नारद मुनि कष्ट दक्ष प्रजापति.
Yeah, Narad Muni caused by Prajapati Daksha. Okay, and then Prajapati Daksha begot how many sons? Is a number
10,000.
given yet?
10,000 first
10,000
initially
sons, yeah.
10,000 sons.
10,000 sons. So he ordered the 10,000 sons to go and create the progeny and assist him in populating the world. Now, obeying the order of the father, the boys, they went in the western directions to perform the austerities to seek benediction of the Lord before they create the progeny. And then there they were living at a place where the river Sindhu was meeting the ocean. And they were touching the river and bathing the river every day. And because of simply doing that process and doing austerities, they become purified. Their heart was inclined towards Paramhansas, but they were bound by the order of the father. So they were doing the austerities and to create the progeny, but the heart was attracted to Paramhansa. Narad Muni caught that. Okay, Narad Muni caught that, and Narad Muni went and spoke to them. One day when they were performed in severe austerities, he spoke to them like this. Let's understand this analogy. Narad Muni, great sage Narad said, "My dear Haryashvas, you have not seen the extremities of earth," which means that you want to create a progeny. Basically, you want to populate earth by following the order of your father, but you don't know what lies there. There is a kingdom in which there is where only one man lives. This analogy means that it refers to the body in which one soul is living, one super soul, one soul, one man, and where there is a hole from which, having entered, no one emerges. Now this refers to the womb, once a conditioned soul takes a shelter of the womb in any species of life, there is no way that that conditioned soul is going to get liberation on its own. There's no way. Once the conditioned soul has entered the womb in the material world, then no one emerges. No one can get liberated unless and until there is a mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and a devotee. A woman there who is extremely unchaste adorns herself with various attractive dresses. So this refers to the mind and intelligence, which is always attracted to different kinds of senses and sense desires and sense objects, always trying to get something for its own decor, for its own interaction, for its own decor. And the man who lives there is her husband. So the man is the soul, which is conditioned because of the conditioning of the subtle body. It becomes because of the three modes of material nature. Whatever may be the reason, somehow or other, the conditioned soul thinks impelled to follow this mind and intelligence in the conditioned nature. So wherever this mind and intelligence are running, the soul is running in this material world. Not in this life, but life after life after life. In that kingdom, there is a river flowing in both directions. So river flowing in both directions refers to past and future. So we are running towards the future, but sometimes we are also bound by our memories or past. So cannot understand past or future. Wonderful home made of 25 elements, which refers to the 25 bhutas or 25 elements of which the gross body and the subtle body is made of. A swan that vibrates various sounds. This refers to the soul, a jivatma, who has a discrimination like a swan to make a distinction between milk and water. Various sounds refers to the various thoughts, reflections, and realizations that one may develop. An automatically revolving object made of sharp razors and thunderbolts. Now, this refers to the time factor. Okay, the time is automatically running. No one can check the time, no matter what one does. We cannot check the time because it is directly coming from Krishna. Sudarshan Chakra of Krishna cannot be checked. So it is made of sharp razors and thunderbolts means that time actually cuts everything. It actually, cuts everything and destroys everything in the material world. That's how it is designed, the time factor with sharp razors and thunderbolts. Nobody can do anything unless and until one becomes timeless by becoming a devotee of Krishna. So when Narad Muni is giving all this analogy, he's asking the boys, you have not seen all this, and therefore you are inexperienced boys without advanced knowledge, and then how will you create progeny? It says, you want to create progeny, you don't know how complicated this material world is, and you want to bring more souls to this hole from where no one will emerge, and then they'll be entangled. So you are not, so you see, you're so inexperienced. What will you do? You are not able to get out of this place on your own, and you're bringing more souls to become imprisoned. You see, so Prabhupada is giving a very good reference by Prahlad Maharaj to his father, that everyone in this material world is full of anxiety because everyone is enamored by dark well of family life. The family life is not prohibited in Krishna consciousness, but the dark is referred to, family life becomes a dark well. Like just for a second, imagine yourself in a dark well, in the deepest dark well. You can't escape. You don't know. There's no one to help. Why is it referred to that dark well? Once we get entangled in the complexities of the family life, and we will only get entangled if we don't put Krishna in the center. If Krishna is out of the center, family life is a dark well. Krishna is saying it. Prahlad Maharaj is saying it. I am not saying it. Okay, so why? Because I have accepted everything that belongs to my temporary body. So if somebody wants to get out of this, one needs to take shelter of Krishna in Vrindavan. Which Krishna? That Krishna who lives in Vrindavan. So Narad Muni is advising the boys, the Haryashvas, not to enter the household life because they are themselves inexperienced. The material world is so complicated, and everyone who they're gonna bring is again going to become very complicated. Why do they want to be the reason to increase the complexities? You see, Prabhupada is writing in ordinary but complicated affairs of propagation. Basically, having children or having a family is a very ordinary thing. It's nothing glorious about, but it is very complicated. So whatever we see in today's world, the family life, the family affairs are so complicated. Understand from the Shastric point of view. Okay, the material problems cannot have a material solution. The solution will be spiritual. From the Shastric point of view, they are a problem. Why? Because there is no Krishna in the center. The minute Krishna is out, then the unchaste woman who is compared, the mind and intelligence which is compared to unchaste woman, becomes the center. And then that unchaste woman is going to make the conditioned soul dance to its tunes. So these are very strong words by the great sage Narad Muni, which actually should agitate us and make us think as well that what are we doing with our lives? What kind of goals are we setting for ourselves, for our dependents, for our family or friends or country? What are we doing? I am trying to be a very good householder. Daksha was trying to be a very good householder, right? But no one is emerging. Narad Muni is saying it. Okay, and it's a very ordinary affair, but it is a very complex affair. So even if I have a desire to become a family person, one needs to do it as a service to Supreme Personality of Godhead. Let us not forget that. If we forget that, then this analogy applies to each and every one of us, everybody across the whole universe, not just the sons of Daksha, across upper planets, lower planets, each one of us individually, collectively. So introspect it thoroughly. Put your faith where it really belongs, because faith is actually, the right faith is in the mode of goodness, and mode of goodness can actually lead to transcendental platform if it is utilized properly. And the faith belongs at the lotus feet of Krishna. Okay, if we don't trust Krishna, we will do otherwise. Oh, okay, I have had the Bhagavatam class for 10-15 minutes. Okay, I chanted my rounds, but I have to carry on with my life and I have to be practical. Why Prabhupada was so successful in preaching Krishna consciousness? Because Prabhupada taught how to live Krishna consciousness practically. Okay, he taught us how to live, how to walk, how to talk, how to, eat Krishna consciousness, sleep Krishna consciousness. Very, very practical. The whole thing. I'm sitting in Gitanagri and we have like 2 weddings of devotees next month. We are so excited. We had Radha Ashtami festival. It was so nice. Everyone came together and the whole mood gets so uplifted when everyone serves together. Everybody is coming from all walks of life. There are brahmacharis, there are grahastas, there are young students, there are visitors. So many people are coming from all walks of life. There are over 200 people right now at the Dham living this weekend for the retreat. So it's like everything is so uplifting when everyone chants and dances Hare Krishna. The whole environment gets surcharged. There's nothing else there. So why don't we bring ourselves to such a place? Why don't we bring ourselves to such an association? Why to keep an association where the mind and intelligence is dragging like an unchaste woman? I think I'll stop here. Any questions, reflections, realizations, corrections, complaints? Nobody? Prem Prakash, Prabhu, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Most of the analogy you explained is very understandable. The river flowing in 2 directions, as you said, is probably time. Time flows in one
Past
direction.
No, river flowing in 2 directions, it refers to past and future. It doesn't refer to time factor per se. It refers to past and future. So future, we are flowing. We want to flow towards the future. But sometimes we do get trapped by our past, by our memories. Right? So and it keeps us trapped. Somehow or other we keep trapped. We keep trapped in the material world for some reason or the other. Either the future is going to be very nice, or the past was very nice, or the past was very bad and the future will be nice, or future is bad and past was nice. Somehow or other, he's giving this analogy. So he's not leaving any nook or corner for us to explore, that maybe there is some way left, that maybe there is some hope, some little hope. Okay, that's what it means. I took time to understand this analogy, where there is a hole from which, having entered, no one emerges. I didn't understand that, but river flowing in both directions is past and future.
Can I try the one that you're asking? The hole that is
Yeah.
where, does it mean that the sperm that enters into the uterus and it doesn't come out, it cannot come out once it enters into the cycle of birth and death, and the river flowing in two directions are two fallopian tubes?
No, it's not that. I don't know the reference for that. It was just representing the two, because the birth can happen even in vitro fertilization, right? So many other ways. Test tube baby. So we don't need fallopian tubes. I rounded in the hospital yesterday, and I rounded a baby which was born by IVF. The mom had salpinjectomy, bilateral. So yeah, it could be, but yeah, I think I also read this. What you said about this hole from we having entered, no one emerges, is like, once we get entangled in the cycle of birth and death, there is no way out. So, which also means that once we have taken shelter of a womb with the material world, in any species, any forms, a conditioned soul, once has become conditioned, cannot get out of its own, cannot get out of this place on its own. No one will emerge, nobody. But what best I could find is past, this river flowing in both directions, past and future, which, if you dig deep, does mean that Narad Muni is covering all the grounds. He is not leaving even a single hole from which we can think that maybe this is a place where I can go and this will work out for me. Nothing works out in this world. Nothing works out. I thank you. Prem Prakash, this
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you.
Any questions, reflections, realizations, corrections?